All right, Shalom Makim. All right, this is the last installment to this lesson. I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much wrap this up soon. So basically we recapping about how these Israeli Jews pretty much don't fit the biblical prophecies about who the real Israelites are and what it'll be in the last days. But us, the men of the Lord, that's been bringing out the truth as far as who the real Israelites are. So as far as you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, fitting the prophecies are the real Israelites according to the Bible. It's pretty much some of what this lesson is about, and that's pretty much what I'm about to wrap up in this lesson. So this is Deuteronomy 28th chapter, and pretty much details like a list of blessings at the beginning of the chapter and cursings toward the end of the chapter that we was going to receive as a nation, and that was going to be a sign to let us know that pretty much who the children of Israel was going to be in the latter time. So first I'm going to start with Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 49. The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So while the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were dwelling on the western parts of Africa, the so-called white man came and basically, with the help of the Ishmaelites and the Hamites, which are not our people, helped to enslave us. And what does it say here? As swift as the eagle flieth. As you know, the American system basically used the eagle as part of their system. Giving light that the prophecy fits. That pretty much this fits the so-called white man to a T. And that this basically America, fits as the land that we were brought into captivity under. Also, the main scripture that I'm pretty sure that a lot of brothers use, as far as pointing to who the Israelites are. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. As we already know, there's no record of the Israelites going back into captivity in the land of Mitzrayim, which was a land of Egypt before the children of Israel crossed Mount Sinai. So there's no record of them going back into that land again. But Egypt, basically representing the house of bondage, represents America. And how do we get to America? By slave ships. Now, the so-called Jews, the Israelis, they don't fit. They know they don't fit that prophecy at all. However, they did have a major involvement for the slave trade, as I'll read in this article. I'll start at the second paragraph. Jews also took an active part in the Dutch colonial slave trade. Indeed, the bylaws of the Recife and Mauricia congregations of 1648 included an imposta Jewish tax of 5 soldos for each Negro slave a Brazilian Jew purchased from the West Indies Company. Slave auctions were postponed if they fell on a Jewish holiday. Noticing they caught themselves, keeping our customs and following that. So that just shows it right there. And Caraco in the 17th century, as well as the British colonies of Barbados and Jamaica in the 18th century. Jewish merchants played a major role in the slave trade. In fact, in all the American colonies, whether French, Martinique, British, or Dutch, Jewish merchants frequently dominated. This was no less true on the North American mainland, where during the 18th century Jews participated in a triangular trade that brought slaves from Africa to the West Indies and there exchanged them for molasses, which in turn was taken to New England and converted into rum for sale in Africa. Isaac de Costa on Charleston in the 1750s, David Franks of Philadelphia in the 1760s, and Aaron Lopez of Newport in the late 1760s and early 1770s dominated Jewish slave trade on dominated Jewish slave trading on the American continent. Right, so these devils played a major role in the slave trade of getting so-called Negroes shipped here in the Americas. This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. What's our heritage? Knowing that we're Israelites and following the law, statutes, and commandments in the land of Israel. That was our heritage, but we've been dispersed out of the land of Israel, and since then we have also lost our heritage, and therefore, our people to this day, don't have a clue as to who they are, but the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai woken up certain men to let it be known who the children of Israel are. Alright. So let me read this over. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O power, and hold not thy peace, and be not still. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right, because by them claiming that they're the real Jews, that pretty much is how they're trying to cut us off from remembrance by having us call ourselves African Americans or Latinos or Native Americans, when we don't know that, according to the biblical prophecy, that we're the children of Israel, and that's all a part of prophecy. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it is said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. So how is that coming to pass? That's coming to pass by the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai putting the spirit on, men to go out there and prophesy and to bring in the elect, because 2/3 of our people are not going to acknowledge or adhere to this truth being pushed, so therefore they have to be destroyed. But there's going to be those of the 1/3 and 144,000 that will heed unto the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and come back to the truth, and that's how basically the elect is going to be sealed. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. So that's another point right there. It said the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. The word Jew actually derives from the word Judah. So with these Israeli Khazars claiming to be the Jews, where are the rest of the tribes? Because according to the scriptures, the northern kingdom, which comprised of the 10 tribes, also make up, the children of Israel as a whole. And it said that basically that they were going to be gathered together. So where would the other tribes fit in as far as these Israeli Khazars being over in our land? right now. That obviously doesn't fit. So, reading again, it says, Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Okay? So, this is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. So Mount Seir is representative of you so-called white people, which are which your biblical nationality is the Edomites, going back to Genesis 25th chapter, whose progenitor is Esau. So scrolling down, this is verse 9. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast said, These two nations and these two countries shall be mine, we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. So, the land that, one of the lands that they was talking about possessing was, the land of Israel. Therefore, as I live, said, and also the second land being America, that they taken over and taken captive from the Native Americans and the tribes over here in the Americas. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thy envy which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make thyself known among them when I have judged thee. So, pretty much he's making himself known unto us, the children of Israel, while he's getting ready to judge the nation of Edom. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, They are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Right, because the land of Israel was desolate, being inhabited by, these Arabs before they even got in that land. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, When the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. And thou didst rejoice in the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. So continuing on in Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy hath said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are ours in our possession. Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that you might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are the infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills of the rivers, and the valleys of the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land unto their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it for a prey. There you go. So basically, that shows that that's prophecy being fulfilled right there, that these Khazars that's over in the land of Israel, that they don't belong in that land, and pretty much the Most High is gonna just have that land be wiped clean with missiles, but then it's gonna set us over in that land and have that land be tilled and populated again, as you will read further on in this chapter. But moving on, this is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled, They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith, Restore. Basically, since our people don't have basically a land to call their own, which is the nation of Israel, since they were not set in their own land, were robbed and spoiled. On top of that, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, mainly the tribe of Judah, make up the biggest population of the American prison system, which goes back to the curses. And also, as you can see, with these devils having it in their hand to basically shoot Jake out in the streets and make up any type of excuse for them to be able to get off and get no charges. That's the children of Israel being given for a prey. And I'm just kind of pointing all of these things out just to show that these Khazarian Jews don't at all fit any of these prophecies. Just to show that they don't fit any of the prophecies as to where the children of Israel will be at in the latter time. So that's just to further demonstrate that point. Alright, so this is Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. So after the Most High basically passed judgment and the time of Jacob's trouble, comes, that's that rod of affliction, basically he's going to bring us into the bond of the covenant and basically, give us our land back. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me, and I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Go ye and serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also, if ye will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols. For in my holy mountain and in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith the Lord Yahweh, there shall be all the house, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land. So pretty much like all the tribes is pretty much going to be assembled in the land of Israel, not just one tribe, which pretty much, as this lesson pretty much points out, the Khazars don't even fit being calling themselves Jews, because basically according to the biblical prophecy it would be impossible for them to be Jews. But it said that all the tribes are pretty much going to be assembled there. Serve me, there will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings and the first fruits of your oblation with all your holy things. I will accept you with your sweet savor, and I will bring you out from the people and gather you out of the countries wherein ye have been scattered, and I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I shall bring you into the land of Israel, into the country for the which I lifted up my hand to give it to your fathers. Now, that's going to tell you that pretty much it's going to be the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai using his son Yahweh Shai and the angels to basically, bring us out of captivity here in America and wherever we be dispersed from throughout the four corners of the earth, and it's going to set us in our own land. Not some elaborate plan hatched up by the elites or the Rockefellers who put together a plan to basically, bring themselves over into the land of Israel. So moving on, this is Ezekiel chapter 6 verse 8. Yet will I leave a remnant that ye may have some that shall escape the word of escape the sword among the nations when ye shall be scattered through the countries. And they that escape you shall remember me among the nations, whither they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which have departed from me, and with their eyes, and which go a whoring after their idols. And they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed in all their abominations. Alright, so, yeah, pretty much that, the Most High is going to bring the elect and the one-third out of captivity, where they be scattered, Alright, so, just to kind of wrap it up, this is Jeremiah chapter 51 and 50. Salaki, 51 and 51. We are confounded because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces, for strangers are coming to the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. And, that's pretty much, according to biblical prophecy, and according to, comparison as far as us, the real Hebrew Israelites, are being scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and mainly through North and Central and South America. Basically, the heathen being so-called white men, and Ishmael, and even you even got Ethiopians over in the land of Israel right now trying to claim our heritage. But pretty much that's pretty much going to be brought to an end, because the truth is now finally coming out. So with that, I hope that some of you brothers out there, the series was edifying, and basically, you got information where you can put, pieces together to prove that, pretty much, so Israeli Jews, don't belong over in that land, and pretty much with that, I was just say shalom. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there pushing this work in truth and sincerity. And with that, shalom.